supporting someone in the context of trying to prove ourselves. Trying to prove ourselves can be a strong motivator, a strong driving force for many people in many different areas and situations. It can allow us to become more active, to achieve goals with more determination. It can also lead people to people-pleasing and doing something that we would not rather do. Most of the time, it's not the best or healthiest way how to move forward. But for someone who has, for example, delayed or procrastinated a lot in his life and has not taken enough or non-action, then this can be a first step that will help to start moving in the right direction. But in long term, it will not result in a stable and permanent satisfaction. Because if there is an egoic insecurity, it will constantly seek new ways how to reassert itself and remind its importance, its relevance in our lives. In other words, if our main motivation is to prove ourselves, our worthiness to someone or to ourselves, then we will always never feel good enough, no matter what we do or what we achieve. It can take, for example, years for someone to reach his financial goal, his expectations, and when he or she does that, then they quickly switch to the next new goal. So it's never ending fight to prove self. It's attachment to the outcome, and it is like becoming a slave to our own insecurity, and it can burn us out for real. So trying to prove ourselves, it's like indirectly seeking love, acceptance, admiration, approval, and it is an external conditional love source that we depend on. And trying to prove self indicates an operating immature, childish consciousness within us at that moment. And this part needs our attention, it needs our love, it needs to be integrated to the whole of our consciousness. There can be a faster and more reliable way to feel self-love than chase a goal for 10 years and then realize that you don't feel worthy for too long after that anyways. So there is a big disappointment. Ultimately, it is the journey of self-love, and we need to learn to give ourselves what we previously wanted to extract from someone else through different means, including offering help to someone with conditional expectation to receive specific things in return. So here's an example. John is striving to help and support his loved ones that he could not do previously. The question is John being honest with his true intentions to himself and to the others? Is his support pure from his heart, unconditional love, or he expects something back in return for his support that might not always be clear to others? If he does it only to get love, then How honest and transparent is that? I give you support and then you will give me love. Or it's like trying to buy out past sins or compensate shame for example, taking more than giving back in the past and now wanting to repay the debt. And that is conditional. When we are aware of these deeper intentions, then we can decide whether to stop doing that at all or keep doing, but with no need to get back what we hoped for initially. And this time, our support for someone would be with completely different energy. It would not be with attached lack or neediness to get something. And this time the energy would be less repelling or suspicious to others. This time it would be more from a state of true abundance. And doing the right thing is when we fix past mistakes towards someone without any expectation in return. We correct our action and that's it. We leave the rest alone. Giving itself is a more masculine thing, and it can often be source of great joy to give someone, while feminine and children are more like receivers. And the paradox is that giving shows that we as givers are already a source of love, so there is no need to secretly try to extract love from someone else, from other people, by offering them our support or whatever, and then expect them to give it back through sometimes unconscious deceit or manipulation. This is not to say that all men need to become walking charities or saviors 24/7, or they don't need to engage in equal energy exchange, because that would mean most likely bankruptcy of men, and potentially that would encourage a lot of parasitism and degradation of other people's potential. It is important to learn to give enough so that we become a natural receiver without force and without manipulation. And this video is a reminder about becoming aware of our own hidden intentions towards specific action we take in life, specific goal we set, or specific person, because they may lead to manipulation of self and also others. And sooner or later we may end up to a place where we don't really want to be. Let me know in the comments if you have had a similar experience, or you know someone who has, and what has been your response to that.